We haven't had rain in a while, so we're going to be breaking into the reserves here pretty quick, I think. So you can see it's a little nippy around here. Sierra and I were gone last night, so we came back to a cold cabin. But we've been getting some frost now. It's been getting mid-20s, mid to upper 20s overnight. So we've been running the wood stove this week. The cabin heats up great. But yeah, right now it'll just be a little bit before the cabin warms up. But so far, I'm happy with the performance of the wood stove. It drafts well and everything. And it's been keeping the cabin at 80 degrees. So I think we're going to be okay this winter. And since things are starting to freeze up around here, I haven't been working on the new log cabin build. I had to tidy some stuff up around the main cabin that we live in, get some firewood situated and a few other things more ready to go for winter. But I'll get back at this tomorrow morning and we'll get the roof on it, get the door and windows cut in and get it dried in for winter. But I'm sorry, I know a lot of you guys were excited to see the progress on this, but like I said, I'm going to get back at it first thing tomorrow morning. I also made a trip up to the remote log cabin and got a few things buttoned up around there and got that ready for this upcoming winter because we'll be spending a lot of time at the remote log cabin this winter. And speaking of the remote log cabin, I have a project coming up real soon that I'm really excited to share with you. It's going to be another cabin build up by the remote log cabin, and it's going to be from scratch, of course, but I've been thinking about this project for quite a while now and I'm really excited about it. Much like this one, it's going to be done in a lot of detail, so anybody with, regardless of what your construction experience is, you'll be able to follow it step by step, and it's going to be, in my opinion, what I think is probably the perfect cabin for anybody that's just looking to have an off-grid cabin or potentially live in it. Very simple, easy design, easy construction. I actually need to get up there really soon here once I button up the log cabin I'm working on here and get the floor constructed, get the little foundation it's going to have done, and get the floor constructed before it starts snowing. So I need to get a tarp on that. That way I can work on it once the snow flies, because I'll be working on it well into the winter probably. Well, not well into the winter, but it'll be snowing when I'm working on it. And I'm just going to take my time with it and break it down as much as possible. I mean, every little detail, so that way it's really easy to follow. But I'm really excited about it. I think you guys are going to really like it. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, I'll be starting that pretty soon here as well. But a lot of people have been asking what's been going on here at the main cabin that we live in. So I'm going to give you guys another one of those little cabin tours I do and show you guys some of the updates that we've made in there. So that'll be later on in this video. But first I have a couple things I got to go do in the chicken coop. So let's go over there. So our chickens have been laying quite a few eggs. We've been getting about 7 a day on average, I would say. But it'll be interesting to see how many they lay rolling into winter here, because I know their production goes down a little bit. But we've been happy with how many eggs we've been getting. And they like to lay them up on top here, or at least one of them likes to lay up there. So I'm going to make a little lip around this and then put straw on top. Normally I put straw on top of that, but they just knock it off. So I just need to have a little lip here so they can't knock it off anymore. There we go. Doesn't need to be anything too fancy. Well, there, that should work good. Now they can't knock their straw off. It'll be a little more of a comfortable area for them to lay eggs if they want to lay them up here. What are you doing in here, Skeeter? This isn't your house, the chicken house. Yeah, for those that have been missing the log cabin build here and haven't been seeing those videos, we've been letting our chickens free range for probably about a month now, and they love it. They seem really happy, and I've noticed that their production has been way up in terms of laying eggs. But before the snow does fly, I want to double the size of their coop since they're going to have to be staying in there all winter. I want to give them a lot more space. I mean, this is technically it's big enough for 7 chickens, but I want to give them more space. You know, I love my chickens. And then as far as getting the chickens back in at night, because we do want them in every night, you know, because there's bears and fox and whatever else around. Sierra and I heard wolves howling the other night, but they're just in here at night. So when it gets dark, I just come in and they're all up on their roost, all 7 of them. So they just make their way in there when it gets dark, which is nice. And I just got to come and shut the door. You being silly, Skeeter? So the next project that we got going on the cabin here is we are going to add a front porch to this, or I mean a roof to the porch. The reason we kind of waited on that was because, you know, when we built this, that was when lumber was crazy high. And now it has gone down quite a bit, so I feel a little bit better about buying some lumber. So we're going to knock that project out. But yeah, we would have really liked to have had a roof over the porch this summer. You know, Sierra and I like sitting out watching thunderstorms. And also it would just be so nice to kick off our muddy shoes outside rather than tracking mud into the house and all that. So, and also I want to get some firewood up on the porch for this winter. And I certainly want to have that covered as well. So we're going to bang that thing out in a couple weeks here, I think. Oh yeah, and we did add some snowshoes up there. So that kind of fills that in a little bit better. But yeah, our porch is just going to come slanted out, kind of traditional style. Nice and easy, quick to do. I'll show you guys inside here. We did get a new stove, like I talked about. We got a pretty good deal on that. And definitely nice having the 4 burners and the bigger oven. And then this was the dresser that was in our room that we had our clothes in. This is that one that we got for free that Sierra redid and refurbished. But now we just put our shoes in here because it didn't really work out very well for our clothes. And I kind of like what she did here. I think it looks really nice. We also added these little floating shelves up above here, so all of our cooking ingredients are right up top, right above us there, which is really nice and handy. I don't think we've changed anything else in the kitchen though, besides this area. Then Sierra's got this decorative tree right here, but we are going to get a real one come Christmas time. And Sierra hung these picture windows up. Are you going to add pictures to these? Or are you just going to go with that?
Just use it for like decoration and do like different stuff with them. I might though.
Well, there you go. And then yeah, we have a little bit of clutter right here. Don't mind that. But it's coming along. We're starting to tidy up in here. And then the loft is a lot more clean too. We do still have some construction stuff that I want handy. We have some touch-up paint to do from when I was building the counter, just little nicks and all that, kind of here and there. When you're moving stuff in and out all the time, you're gonna have that. So keeping that available until we're completely done. But we got some stuff up in the knee walls, so I still gotta just put the doors on that and then do the flooring up in the loft. But that'll be a nice winter project when we have short days. And then in the bathroom, we did have the composting toilet right here, but we moved that to right here. The shower is the same. People have been asking how we shower and all that, so I'll show you guys that real quick. So for our shower setup, it's really easy. This is just a 12-volt portable transfer pump. And you can get these at any hardware store pretty much. And from that, we just have a hose that comes down into this tote that has water in it, of course, and then so it's like our holding tank. And then just from there, it's just a garden hose that goes up into the shower head. And then from this 12-volt pump, that has to hook to a battery, of course. So we just have this hooked to my old car battery. So inside the shower, I just have this tucked out like that. You just flip it on, you hear the pump kick on. And then you get good water pressure with those little pumps. And then we just heat up our water and put it in this this tote here. We heat it up on the propane stove, but now that the wood stove's gonna be going, we'll just heat it up on that. So nice and easy. I mean, it only takes me about 2.5 gallons to shower, maybe 5. Sierra takes, I don't know, 10, 15, because she's got, thicker hair and longer hair, so not too bad. And then the solar power changed a little bit. We have our original setup that still runs, I mean, our TV, all of the lights, the outside light, everything like that. But then now we have our kitchen running off of this EcoFlow Delta Pro, which I did a video on. And I absolutely love this thing. So I just have it coming out of the panel, which I know some people might think this is sketchy, but nobody comes back here. You know, we don't have any kids running around or anything like that. And I just put a cord in on those and have it plugged in to here, straight into it. And this has, I mean, overload protection, short circuit, everything you need. So these circuits are protected with just this. And we've had a stretch of cloudy days, but you can see we're still at 49% capacity here. So this thing works awesome. I absolutely love it. So that's a quick tour of the cabin, but our bedroom, I am going to build a little bit of a closet thing tonight, or we're going to change something up there. And that's a little cluttered right now since our clothes are just kind of sitting out because we just moved that dresser out here like the other day. So I'm going to work on the closet tonight and get that done. And then once I get that done and get our room tidied up, I'll show you guys that. So you can live pretty comfortable off grid. You know, I mean, we don't really do without anything here. You know, we can still take good hot showers. You know, our kitchen sink, how we have that set up is fine. Not a big deal. And I mean, we're just used to it now. I mean, we've been doing this long enough now where don't even think about it. It just seems like an everyday routine. But yeah, a lot of people, you know, when they think of off-grid, they think of dirty people, you know, that live in a little shack out in the woods and, you know, live like cavemen. But, you know, you can do it pretty comfortable. You don't have to do it that way. So anyways, I'm going to head in and start working on that closet so we can get that situated. Tomorrow, I'll bang out the log cabin, get that thing dried in. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, I should have that video out in a couple days. So not, a couple days after I upload this one. So thanks for watching and stay tuned. We got big things coming up here soon.